This is my morning, 5 o'clock morning as usual. Yeah, I'm just wondering about the weight. I all the time this is 86, but alright, at least it's not going up. And this is my coffee, how you see, plus
kindness. Some of you have love. Some of you have the gift of long suffering. Whatever it is, whatever your gift is, what are you going to do with what you have? All right, now here's my last point about failure. Sometimes it's the best way to figure out where you're going. Your life will never be a straight path. I began at Fordham University as a pre-med student. I took a course called cardiac Genesis. I couldn't read it, I couldn't say it, I sure couldn't pass it.
so I'm going to the steps. Nice beauty view. Let's go. So again me. Somebody working on my steps. Okay, let's go. Again 11 times. I hope 12, but I believe 11 will be enough for today. The screen, it's number 10. Obviously very slow. Actually on number 9 I wanted to cheat, but cheating myself, no point. So number 10 done.
When applying to college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way I'll see what I'm going to hit. Without consistency, you'll never finish. So take chances. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test was 9 dots. Dreams without goals are just dreams. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600. Fall forward. Every failed experiment is one step closer to. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. There's no doubt about it. And I know that's probably not a traditional message for a graduation ceremony, but hey, I'm telling you, embrace it. But here's the thing. I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. But I continued to fail and fail and fail, but it didn't matter because you know what? There's an old saying, you hang same theater that I failed that first audition 30 years prior. The point is, every graduate here today has the training and the talent to succeed, but do you have the guts to fail? If you don't fail, you're not even trying to get something. The ghost of the talents you didn't use. And they're standing around. I just got back from South Africa. It's a beautiful country. But there are places there with terrible poverty that need help. And Africa is just the tip of the iceberg. The rest of us up here, but I know I'm getting a little grayer. We need it from you, the young people, because remember this. But you got to get out there. You got to give it everything you got, whether it's your time, your talent. I began at Fordham University as a pre-med student. I took a course called cardiac Genesis. I couldn't read it, I couldn't say it, I sure couldn't pass it. So then I decided to go into pre-law, then journalism. I was a 1.8 GPA. I was 20 years old. I was at my lowest point. And then one day, and I remember the exact day, March 27th, 1975. She just kept looking at me. Every time I looked at her, she kept giving me these strange looks. So she finally took the dryer off her head and said she said something to millions of people. And in the years that followed, just as that, while I was talking to them, and they couldn't see me, they could only see the movie. They couldn't see the real me. But I never
trapped inside itself. Fighting. I'm always fighting. I fight with everything I've got to overcome those weaknesses and those shortfalls and those flaws as I strive to be.
As long as you're getting pushed, but as soon as that stops, you stop. So you gotta ask yourself, what's your why? What motivates you? Cry to keep going. Don't cry to quit.
Go down swinging. And I'll tell you, if you fight with all you have, more often than not, you won't go down at all. You will win. But you have to make that attitude a part of your everyday life. Go the extra round. Make the right choices. Give the full measure. Win or situation where you know you cannot win, remember this, you have nothing to lose. So, stand up. Go forward. Go out in a blaze of glory, fighting with everything you've got, every ounce.
I'll tell you, that's just step one, boo, in this game. Good people can't really handle them on the level that someone who's great is. So you're praying for greatness and a problem comes and you're running from the problem. You don't understand that it is in solving the problem that you become wealthy. You don't understand that when you solve that problem, you solve something that 2 other million people couldn't solve. And so once you solved it, that solving the problem elevated you.
Limits. Because emotion, feelings are screaming that you have had enough and you think you are going to break emotionally, override that emotion with concrete logic and willpower that says one thing: I don't stop. Fight the weakness of logic with the power of emotion. And in the balance of those two,
I fought too hard. If I was going to quit saying, you should have got me at 17. You should have broke me a long time ago. I'm unbreakable now.
It's 20 minutes. 20 minutes done.